y'all, welcome back. It's your boy Man6 with some more Fallout 76. As you can see on screen, Steel Dawn has arrived a little earlier than expected, and we have some really awesome epic music going on in the background. We're gonna go through the Steel Dawn story, and as you can see, there's a bunch of new updates on here. We have the Ad Victorium, the Brotherhood of Steel is back. Meet new characters, visit new and updated locations, and unlock doors doing the all-new Steel Dawn questline. We're going to be going through the entire thing. We're going to go underground. We have the camp shelters now available. They've updated the whole hunger and thirst penalties. Those are gone, and now we get more benefits when we eat. Let's see, we have new stuff to get from the daily ops as well. We're not going to worry too much about that, but we're going to worry about all of the stuff that Steel Dawn has to bring. So, what do you say we just start going on this? And so I will be doing this in the private world just so we get a full first, one player view of how this story plays out. And I will be doing that on my own on this one just to... so we don't have any interference. So right away we get the welcome to the neighborhood quest line. And we see our boy right there. Rolling in our stealth commando build. Just because it is the highest level. And this is my ultimate build here, so... Stuff away. And we were well over capacity there. He just dump a bunch of stuff in here. I'm not worried about getting, to trade all that. So let's see. First off, let me remove a bunch of these quests that are just kind of like miscellaneous all over the place. Are the enemy? Alright, so now we're just going to have one entire quest going on for us. We're going to have to listen to the Brotherhood of Steel welcome broadcast.
This is Paladin Romani of the Brotherhood of Steel, broadcasting from Fort Atlas. You are no longer facing the Wasteland alone. The Brotherhood has returned.
The whole world is like this.
Our mission is to lead a better, safer life, free from the hatred of the Great War. Require aid. Join us in our mission. Find us at Fort Atlas.
So done.
A new dawn is here for Appalachia. Join us in building the future. Romani out.
Alright, so that's the broadcast from them. We're getting interrupted by these douchebag mutants.
Attention, people of Appalachia.
Alright. So the first quest, we gotta go to Fort Atlas. So we will meet you there in a minute. Alright, so we're here and apparently we just completed the quest. Just have to show up. Forging Trust is the second quest we got. Let's talk to Russell Dorsey.
Hey, good to see you again. Welcome to Fort Atlas.
What's up, Russ? Let's see. Guess the Brotherhood finally showed up.
Tailing a bunch of recruits and new initiates they'd picked up along the way. Quite the sight to see, no
There's
lie.
a guy asleep over there.
I was really glad I had something to show them when they got here.
Looks like you're planning work, Dorsey.
Caught a little flack for using the logo when they arrived, but they were pretty impressed. So much work was already done. The Paladin asked me on the spot if I wanted to make it official as an initiate. I'm not too proud to say I got so excited I barely could say yes.
So he's a fanboy, hardcore. Alright, let's see. Fort Atlas.
Yep. The Brotherhood renamed it when they turned it into their new headquarters here.
I'd like to know more about the Brotherhood.
What'd you want to know?
Let's see. How many Brotherhood are there?
Aside from the initiates and hopefuls they recruited along the way, just 3.
So 3.
I was expecting more, honestly, but Paladin Romani said 3 was plenty to start a new chapter. With the recruits they have already, she's right.
Alright, I guess 3 is not a bad number to start with. So what's it like being an initiate?
It's an honor. I know that sounds like some recruiting poster nonsense, but really, it is. I finally feel like I'm part of something meaningful. Building a better world alongside other people who've committed their lives to that cause. Sure, sometimes it means doing guard shifts in the rain, but hey, small price to pay for real purpose, right?
Right, I guess. So what's your impression so far?
I wasn't sure what to expect, really. I built up a picture of them, reading the old logs from Taggarty's group. This bunch, well, they just marched across the continent, and you can sense the strain. But the resolve in them is like nothing I've ever seen. Paladin Romani, their leader, she's really something. Makes you feel like you're part of a brighter future when she talks to you.
Alright, so let's see, let's ask something else. Let's speak to somebody in charge.
Looking to sign up? Or just curious? Well, either way, I guess it's not me you want to talk to. Most of the fort's off limits to civilians, but if you're interested, Knight Shin's in charge of the new recruits. He's very serious about protocol and security, so you'll have to speak to him first if you want to get anywhere.
Talk to Shin. I'm only gonna assume it's not that one. Let's see. Have anything to say? Brotherhood hopeful. What's he got to say? Dana, you can get up whenever you want.
Those old army ranks are meaningless.
Alright, so he's just a regular dude.
World order.
Oh, New World Order. Do it.
If you're looking to make a difference,
Order of this world is kind of jacked up as it is.
Be able to rebuild society.
Alright, so let's go inside and see what's up. Oh, there's more. And this guy is totally doing the moonwalk, or this lady.
Auditorium. I think
She totally did the moonwalk. That was cool. Yay, Bethesda is Bethesda-ing again. Surgical trays, good for aluminum. And steel. Go in here. Let's go into Fort Atlas. Oh, so they put a grid there. One of those grid fences.
To attend to.
Who's this guy?
The outer perimeter.
Sean Hockman.
Not
Visions are
now.
understood, and we're all
Not until the
wide
Brotherhood jerks
I have
distancing.
no time to be babysitting civilians.
So I'm assuming he's with the
say they are, right? Your objections are noted, but this is
Nothing.
a direct order from your commanding officer.
it's Romani.
Help us put on a good face for the Lord.
That's Shin right there.
We've just moved into their backyard. They're nervous. Show them we mean no harm.
If you
She's got a
insist,
pretty cool suit on.
If there's nothing further, I'll have the completed report on your desk shortly.
Oh, he's got the armor.
Lost from you. As you were, Shin.
Paladin,
Alright, so let's listen to their conversation. She walked through a red gridded wall that we cannot get through. Let me in. Oh, you slammed the door in my face, why don't you? What's this? What's this? What's this? Mason jar. Crap. Alright, so let's talk to Shin. See what Mr. Shin has to say. He's got the
to access the secure parts
Brotherhood
of the
armor,
system.
doesn't he?
If you're here with a request for the Brotherhood, get in line. I don't have time for you right now.
Oh, you better make some time, sir. You fighting with that other officer? Let's see. We have been
Knight
introduced.
Daniel Shin, Brotherhood of Steel, 1st Expeditionary Force. We've got important work to do here, so get to the point.
Mass X, ass kicking machine, Appalachia, West Virginia. How's it going?
Diddy. Initiate Dorsey is supposed to be manning his post at the entrance, not acting as my secretary. The specifics of our
What are y'all
mission
doing here?
are not for discussion with civilians. We're here under orders from Elder Maxon. Stay out of our way, and we won't have any problems.
I'll let you know I took down a big old queen and scorched beast, and you guys don't stand a chance.
If we accept you as an initiate, and that is far from certain, you would be pledging yourself to our order and our cause. Our order exists to locate, secure, and protect dangerous technologies. Humanity cannot be trusted with the means to destroy itself. We will not allow another apocalypse.
It's not all of humanity. It's certain people. You're recruiting new initiates. You seem pretty tightly wound. Do you ever unclench? Yeah. Are you recruiting new initiates?
That is within the scope of Paladin Romani's directives. It takes more than just asking, of course. You would have to prove yourself. If you are sincere about wishing to join our ranks, you would have to earn the approval of the officers here, including me. Is that why you're here? another hopeful dreaming of service to the Brotherhood.
But if it was up to me, I'd be running the Brotherhood. I want to join the Brotherhood. I can think of no greater honor. Or sure, I definitely want in. Maybe I will. What would it mean to join? Okay.
If we accept you as an initiate, and that is far from certain, you would be pledging yourself to our order and our cause. Our order exists to locate, secure, and protect dangerous technologies.
He repeats himself. Yeah, he repeats himself on that one. If you're an example of the Brotherhood, the Brotherhood, maybe not. He is very tightly wound, isn't he? Let's just say I want to join the Brotherhood.
Wanting isn't enough. And not everyone who shows up looking to join our order is worthy of becoming an initiate. Normally, I'd stick you with the other hopefuls until we decide whether you're worthy. But if you're serious about joining us, you've got good timing.
I always have good
Something
timing.
you could do for me that would help the order and demonstrate your qualities as a candidate.
Okay. What you got?
We've had a number of civilians show up here at Fort Atlas, asking for one thing or another from the Brotherhood. People are afraid, or want something, or are looking to involve us in local squabbles. Civilian outreach is not my specialty. There's too much left to do to secure this facility. If you're really interested in helping, save my time. Interview the petitioners, find out what they want, and report back to me.
So you want me to do secretary work? Is there another member of the Brotherhood I could speak to? I had some other questions. What's in it for me?
To be in the Brotherhood is an honor and a life of service. If that's truly something you want, start here. Perform this duty well, and we can talk about your future.
All right, so C, is there somebody else I can speak to? No.
Being that branch dictates a strict hierarchy of command. And as the only knight present, the initiates are directly under me. Unless I say so, your contact with the Brotherhood stops here.
Oh, okay, so he's the one in charge. That's fine, let's do it.
Don't make me regret giving you the opportunity. Conduct yourself properly, and we can consider putting you forward as an initiate candidate.
Okay. Okay, so I guess we completed that part of the quest. Let's collect some junk here.
I gave you a job to do.
Let's
you're
see.
done, get to it.
We have 4 petitioners to speak to. This is one of them.
You better have something useful to say to me.
So, yeah, seriously. I'm not actually part of the Brotherhood. Don't take this out on me. I'm not dealing with this right now. Actually, Nation asked me to talk to you. Let's see. Let's just go with the first one.
Oh, can't even come to me himself? What, he needs to requisition some more armor polish? All right. All right. Be cool, sure. So, what's he got to say to me?
So, do you mind telling me more about
I'm a
yourself?
scavenger mainly. Always been pretty good with a set of tools, so I do all right for myself, scrapping and fixing things. I trade what I find or fix with the folks at Foundation when I need something I can't get otherwise. Mostly, I like to be left alone.
Okay. So, what's the problem here?
The problem is that a couple of these Brotherhood clowns showed up and took a bunch of my stuff at gunpoint. Now I'm a peaceful man. I really am. I sure wasn't equipped to deal with armed thugs requisitioning the little I've managed to put together for myself. Never understood the Raiders. I like the quiet life. I don't need much, and I need trouble less. But after this, oh, I get it. I came here to give the Brotherhood a chance to make things right. Else maybe I go to Crater and start doing things their way. At least they don't pretend to be the good guys.
I like this guy. I'll tell you what I'll tell them what you told me, Sean. I promise. Goodbye. I'll let Nation know everything first, though. I had more questions. Sure.
All right. What else did you want?
Are you sure they were Brotherhood? Because this sounds like Raiders.
Don't blow me off like I'm making this up. These people have a responsibility to fix this. They had the power armor, and they said they were Brotherhood. Sorry I didn't make sure to ask proof when they had me at gunpoint.
Would you really?
I don't have much. But what's mine is mine. And these people took that from me. The Brotherhood pretends like they're noble, but then they let this happen? In their name? Raiders don't act like something they're not. And at least the gangs defend their own.
Um. All right.
Then tell them, and get them to do something about it.
All right. We'll do something about it for you, man. It's like they.
This?
That sounds like some raider trouble there, man. It doesn't sound like Brotherhood to me. Got more over here.
Something?
Callie Lang, you look like a raider.
Hey. Yeah, you. Who do I need to talk to around here? You know, about the guns?
Oh, she
Like
sounds.
one of these Brotherhood yahoos. Name's Tally Lane. What's your deal?
Guns, you seem a little anxious.
Nah. Cool as a cryo grenade, me. Definitely.
She's a raider, isn't she?
I just told you, dummy. Tally Lane. Just another chick trying to make it in the Wasteland. You know? Shin?
So Shin sent me.
You the scary guy with the stick up his butt? Alright, shoot.
So I take it the gun is what you're after. What's your story, Tally?
Oh, I'm just a poor country girl, you know? Parents died ages ago, so it's just me and a few friends trying to make our way in the world. It's pretty scary out there. Just a bunch of orphans helping each other out. We're practically just kids. Had to grow up on our own. We'd sure feel a lot safer with some of those high-tech guns these Brotherhood have to scare off all the maniacs out there.
She's very interested in those guns. I'm like, you're not a raider, are you?
A raider? No. A little old me? Don't be silly. Yeah, that's right. Big shiny guns.
It's a gun.
Now, all the talk in the area is about these Brotherhood folks with their high-tech toys, and I thought, Tally, you gotta get some of that. For self-defense, of course. Just so me and some of my poor, innocent friends can protect ourselves from all the nasty folks out there.
Yeah, see, no. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, no, I don't trust this this one whatsoever. She's a raider.
Hey, I get it. Promises backfire all the time. Well, go get him, Tiger.
I don't know. Something's fishy about this one. All right, so let's speak to the other two.
A rad roach dragged in.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you're not getting shit. All right, pick up some junk. All right, let's see what these have to say. Let's talk to the not so crazy looking scientist there. Let's talk to you.
Did you wish to speak with me?
Yeah, there's a little.
Yes.
There you are.
Something I can help you with? I am waiting to speak with a Brotherhood representative. I have no interest in small talk with strangers.
Talking to him, dude. Yeah, seriously.
Perhaps I spoke too hastily. I can be rather unthinkingly brusque. Dr. Edgar Blackburn, at your service. Are you working with this Knight Shin? What has he said to you?
Sounds like he's. Tell me more about you.
I am sure you have more interesting things to do than listen to a poorly socialized Wasteland doctor talk about himself. In short, I trained in multiple specialties before the war, and had a brief career as a research scientist prior to the bombs dropping. Finding myself fortunate enough to survive, I have continued my research, such as it is. Now I focus on the health of the people of Appalachia. Please do not ask me to examine any strange growths. I am not that kind of doctor.
Okay. So he asked me to find out what you wanted from us, or the Brotherhood.
Possessed advanced technology. As a doctor and a scientist, this was of great interest. My research is always in need of equipment and materials rather difficult to obtain by scavenging and bartering. I came to see if an arrangement could be made, but from what I can see of their operations, they are as yet still in too much disarray. Given the state of my fellow supplicants, I would hypothesize that their needs likely outweigh my own.
Oh, so you're just looking for, Let's see, yeah, so I'll pass that along.
Thank you. Speak.
Yeah, that girl is not, incognitus whatsoever. Let's speak to Art Knapp.
Well, look at you. You're with these Steel Brother fellas.
Yep, the Steel Brother fellas.
Doing a good good spell to talk to them.
Military grade hardware.
What is it you do?
Farming, such as it is. Got a patch ain't barely more than scald. But it's mine, and I manage.
You've been waiting long.
Longer than I prefer. These steel types ain't half disorganized right now, it looks like. Heard the news about these fellas and reckon I'd better go see him. Ain't the only one neither, I see.
Alright, so let's see what Shin asked me to speak to you.
About time. I'd like to die of old age waiting on him. Name's Artnap.
Why is there a big old head floating next to me?
Fella sent you for.
Hold on, let me move out of the way, because apparently this chick wants to be all up in my grill.
Well, now look at you.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let's go back to this, sort of.
Well, so what?
Alright, so there we go. Tell me more about yourself. Isn't your farm in danger with you away?
Got seed in the ground right now. I ain't yet seen a raider willing to scrabble in the soil for seeds, so I reckon it'll get by till I'm back.
See, this guy's a smart farmer. Alright, so let me see what he wants.
A fair trade's what I want. I've heard stories about these steel types back in the day. They was going around taking things from folks. For the cause, they said. Yeah, like that don't make them raiders too. Well, I ain't got much. I already got to worry about raiders. So, I reckon it's better to make a deal up front. My farm don't produce much, but I got some extra. And I expect they'll have a use for it. In return, I want these
The Steel Boys.
girls to keep raiders away from my farm. Heard a lot of noise they was on our side. So, seems fair.
Alright, so let's see. I'll bring them an offer. Alright, take care.
Fair enough.
This guy seems like a legit old man. So out of all of them, I want to say the first one up there and the old man. The doctor seems okay, but that one right there seems like she just wants to destroy stuff. That whiskey? Yep, whiskey. Alright, so now let's report back to Shin. Let's see, before we do anything, let's top ourselves off just in case we get some... There we go.
I am not a reception. Have you
Yes, yes,
finished
yes.
the task I gave you?
Yes, Shin. I spoke to the petitioners and I'm ready to report.
Good. Let's get this done. I have the list from their arrival. Give me the high-level overview.
Alright, so let's see. Dr. Batmore is looking for supplies for his research. Artnap wants to trade to share his crops for protection from raiders. Tallyland wants to buy guns from you. Sean Hawkman was robbed by people claiming to be Brotherhood. Does it really matter? You couldn't be bothered to talk. Yeah, if I was playing a douchebag character, I would have gone with that one. Let's start with Art. I want to help him out. He is the one that's actually
We are
willing
not
to trade.
mercenaries here to serve as guards for anyone with some goods to trade in payment.
Shouldn't you help him regardless? The raiders are his problem. I wouldn't get involved. Sounds like a fair deal, actually.
That's irrelevant. The Brotherhood cannot simply be hired out to every farmer and homesteader. We have our own concerns.
Okay.
What's next?
So that's a bust. Dr. Blackburn.
Brotherhood is not a charity, and our mission does not cover providing civilians with equipment to pursue their personal interests.
So,
The Doctor intends to provide that research to the Brotherhood exclusively, and under our supervision, he will get nothing.
He said other people seem to need you more. Frankly, he was light on the details anyway. It could be good for everyone if you help them. They don't care about helping everybody, so I'm not even going to go with that one. They just want to help themselves. He actually said other people seem to need you more. Frankly, he was light on the details anyway. Let's go with that one.
Then, you can peddle his snake oil somewhere else. The Wasteland is full of people claiming to be scientists or doctors. They are rarely either, and usually cause more harm than good.
This guy is not taking anybody's help. Let's see Tally Lang. I want to see what he says.
We are not arms dealers.
Yeah, she does seem pretty squirrely, though. I think she might actually be a raider. Yep.
There was never any circumstance in which I would authorize weapons to that woman. But your vigilance is noted.
Okay, so I guess we gotta be dicks. Okay. Sean Hawkman was robbed.
Impossible. Whatever happened, it was not us.
What matters is he believes it. You should help him out. Don't you want to find these people who did it? If you didn't do it, it's not your problem. He's gonna go with these answers. I want to see if I want to counter everything he has to say. What matters is he believes it. You should help him out. They're gonna say it doesn't matter what they believe. Don't you want to find these people? Yes.
There are countless brigands out there, civilian. It is not the job of the Brotherhood to hunt them down one by one for their crimes. I will say it bothers me to hear that someone is abusing the honor of the Brotherhood this way. But that does not change the facts.
Okay.
Mr. Hawkman's problems are his own, not ours.
Okay.
That's everything.
Yep.
Against my initial judgment, you have shown that you can take orders and make yourself useful for the Brotherhood.
Okay.
You need to lose those soft civilian instincts, but I will make note of your assistance in my report to Paladin Romani. Should you wish to join our ranks, I will not oppose your enlistment. I grant you permission, provisionally, to enter the compound proper.
Okay.
Our scribe Valdez. You will need her support as well if you want Paladin Romani's attention.
All right, so we have Shin, Valdez, and Romani that are the three main Brotherhood characters here. Are you really not going to help any of them? I don't suppose you have time for questions now. Any another order? Let me see.
What I am going to do is make the recommendations I see fit in my report to Paladin Romani. As the commanding officer, the final decisions will be hers. And your concern in the matter ends here. Okay,
so following orders, I guess. We are an initiate in the Brotherhood of Steel now. Another order.
Orders and duty are the lifeblood of the Brotherhood. You are not yet one of us. Consider it a suggestion.
All right, thanks. I'll do that. All right, so still an outsider, but it looks like we have access to this thing now. What say you? We go in. So I guess they don't give a crap about helping anybody. So once you scan that, you're in. Very nice. Quest has been completed.
A mistake to let you back here.
Brotherhood Roundtable. Ooh.
Throwing nukes left and right.
Notes. I have a bunch of these here. Let's see. Brotherhood Roundtable. Mother of Invention. So we gotta, let's see, she is up there. That's Valdez, I'm assuming. Wow, so this is the new digs here. So they turned all these offices into bunkers. Oh, hat, you have a bathroom here. Full service with showers and everything. Oh, that's red paint. That's good source of lead right there. Very nice. Very nice. Everything seems stable as far as gameplay goes so far. We haven't been into any action yet, but let's go up there and speak to Valdez. See, I have something you don't have, and that's a jetpack with my armor. Alright, let's go and talk to Valdez. I can learn.
I don't mean to be rude, but what exactly are you doing up here?
I want to join up. Nation said you may need some help. I helped out that Shin guy. He said to talk to you about getting into the getting in on this Brotherhood action. I like the freaking smart-ass comments. Let's do that.
Did he now? Knowing Knight Shin, I'm guessing that's not exactly how it went down.
So they,
if you're a prospective initiate, then I guess we're both in luck.
so they do know he's a tight-winded butthole.
But the Knight and I have some influence. It just so happens I'm in need of someone to help me out on a little mission.
Ooh, our first real mission. Right.
I can bring you along and put you to work. Do a good job, and I'll send a recommendation your way.
All right.
How about it?
I am down like a clown there, Valdez. You better not go back on your word if I decide to help you out. What is this mission
Our
exactly?
new base is littered with old technology, but there's something in particular I want to investigate. It's down in the bowels of this place, a part of Atlas that we've cornered off. I'm not keen on going alone, so I'd like some backup.
All right, deal.
Glad we can come to an agreement. Any questions before we start?
No, I think I'm ready to go.
Great. Unfortunately, I need to finish up a few things here. Head downstairs and I'll meet you in a bit.
You know, Lilo Valdez is kind of cute. All right, cool. So let's go and get this going. Go down here. Whoop. All right, so let's head into the substructure of Atlas. Okay. So we gotta wait for Scribe Valdez. And Dan Valdez. Oh, whoa, then she's disappeared real quick. Alright, so what's going on? Go through here. Metal tub. Alright, let's see. Okay, what's up?
Good, you're here. So, how do you feel about reading comprehension? I was hoping to start out by sweeping the area for documentation left behind from before the war.
Let's do it. Reading the schematic is a good first step in the problem-solving process. I really want to impress this chick. So, let's see.
Are you trying to get on my good side?
Yes.
Because that's how you get on my good side. But enough about that. I'd like to get started. Let's head downstairs and see what we can turn up.
Can we get her as a companion? Because she's cute. Alright. Let's see. Collect documentation. Collect documentation. So she's staying up. Oh, she's joining us. Alright, cool. What I'm gonna do though, before we do this, I'm gonna take off Bloody Mass and put in Ricochet just in case. I'm assuming we're gonna run into something down here. Yep. What the?
Here we go.
No, Flyboy. Oh no, it's poison. Should be able to revive me? No, she won't. She'll just stand there and watch me die. Okay. Well, there's our first death. I think we're not going that far. Yeah. Let me see. Ground Pounder. Just in case, because for this update, we would have to do all this other junk. Let's go back down. Collect our junk. Get the proboscis. Stingwing meat. Get all our junk back. Let's see, and there's a fly here somewhere. So we have bugs we gotta deal with. You can hear them. So we're gonna sneak away. We have documentation.
Looks like what we need.
Boom, read it. A single use of the ATLAS device requires a huge intake of coolant to keep the machine operational. Pumping this coolant through the device during operations puts a worrying amount of stress on its pipes, pumps, and valves. Repeated usage testing has revealed signs of cracks, breakage throughout. Furthermore, the hasty construction of the machine has led to structural flaws that could lead to high pressure buildup in the intake points, which could have destructive results if not addressed. These flaws could have been averted with careful design protocols, but the pressure of the war overrode these concerns. I would be remiss not to recommend an excess of caution. When proceeding with future projects. Intake pressure and stress test. So it looks like these things were rushed and they just blew up. All right, that's one. Have a robot? No. All right, so let's. What else we can find here?
Here's a document.
Have a few. Folder, springs, or documentation. ATLAS Decommission Report number 1. Following the dismissal of Dr. Isaac Hammond, LTC, Oberlin has tasked me with overseeing the shutdown of the ATLAS project. Lieutenant Colonel, by the way, LTC, General Post-Mortem. This report outlines the state of the project as its termination. While showing promise in its final trials, the project still has major stability issues, and considerable additional effort would be required to create a consistently operational device. The working trials impacted the operation of several key components, including the miniaturized ion focus and primary induction coil. Also of concern was the enormous stress put on the coolant intake pumps and possible defects discovered in the release valves. So this place was screwed from the get-go. Have a guy over there that's dead. Let's see.
Here's one. This must be Dr. Hammond.
That looks like
Lead scientist.
old Dr. Hammond.
We recovered some of his holotapes and logs in our initial sweep of the area.
All right.
This tech down here is his handiwork.
ATLAS Decommission Reports. Let's see.
Even after the war,
Number 2.
make arrangements for a proper pop a barrier.
Atlas decommission report number 2. Lieutenant Marks. Okay, I want to push me out of the way there. 82377, selected components status. Ion focus. Our experiment with the compact ion focus has left it vulnerable to strong feedback during the device initiation. It survived the test, but the design should be reconsidered before any future use is attempted. Induction coil. The induction coil suffers the same feedback susceptibly as the ion focus. Repeated usage causes significant variance in the flux distribution through the coil redesign. Redesign of this device also needs consideration if it is to be used in any future trials, as the potential risk of frying the coil could require substantial capital in replacement parts. Core processing unit. While firmware updates have proven useful in troubleshooting important aspects of Atlas, there's no comma there. Atlas operation capability. The sheer process power required to execute the necessary commands requires a special order CPU. This CPU came at great cost to the operation, and numerous computing breakdowns during trial runs led leadership to question its long-term stability as well. Full diagnostic report pending.
I think this is good. Let's talk for a sec.
Alright, so we got our asses handed to us here. There you are.
That should be enough to start. Let me take a look.
Take a look there.
Atlas decommission report. So the project was in bad shape after all? I knew it sounded too good to be true. Fascinating. Wow. This is some seriously classified stuff that I just let you read, isn't it? I wasn't supposed to show you any of this.
Now that you've let this much slip, you might as well give me a full explanation. I'm not here to pry, I just want to help. You can say that again. What on earth is this Atlas project? If all scribes are this dumb, I'm not sure I want to be in the Brotherhood at all. I didn't so much glance at the documents, if you're being honest. Okay, so we just use our charisma here. Let's see.
I guess you're right. There's only so much I can tell you, but I'll share what I feel is relevant. Atlas wasn't exactly an observatory before the war. That was just a front. The military conducted research here. Pretty advanced research. We're down here to investigate and see what's worth salvaging for the Brotherhood.
Oh, okay. Should have told me before we were looting the military base. Now I'm even more on board. Let's do it.
Whoa. Looting is absolutely not what we're doing here.
Uh-oh.
Everything of worth that we remove from this substructure is going with me up to my lab to be cataloged and analyzed.
She
Now,
got mad.
Let's follow up on some leads from this report. I'd like to do a quick inspection of some key components that should be nearby. There's probably a terminal around here. If it's still running, we can do a diagnostics test. That will tell us about some of the less accessible hardware. The report mentioned that the machine's intake pump was under a lot of pressure. Let's find the release valve for that and give it a spin, see what happens. Finally,
All right, let's do it.
the core on this level should have a wiring box. Why don't we take a glance at that to get an idea of the electrical hookups?
All right. So what are we looking for in the diagnostics test?
The diagnostics test can tell us the state of some key components that we won't be able to test manually. Keep an eye on the state of each component and we'll want to look into them after the initial check.
How will we know if the release valve works properly?
The release valve is an emergency mechanism that can relieve pressure on the intake pipes if they come under stress. If all is well, we'll just be able to turn it and nothing out of the ordinary will happen.
Okay. So what will the wiring tell us?
Wires like the blood vessels of the machine. Without the electricity running through them, nothing's going to work. We just need to do a little checkup and see what condition they're in.
Okay, let's go.
Should be a simple inspection. You can have point, but I'll be looking over your shoulder the whole way. Take note of the details and we'll discuss how it goes after.
Alrighty then. Let's do it. So we're in a diagnostics test. Examine the wiring, test the... Oh, so we gotta test all this first. Let's see, let's do this one. Okay, that hurt. And she just clipped through the entire stairwell. Okay, so that's done there. I guess we're gonna get hit with everything here, so let's just, might as well just do it. The wiring looks shredded, like, uh-oh, hold on. Oh, we have deadly mole rats. Whoa, 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 wait a minute. Back away. Oh, we got more. Tell me about it. What the hell? Got a bunch of rats. Where's she at? Yeah, about this to get it together. These things are deadly. Dead. There's one more. Back here. Oh, these things are all over. Oh, what the hell? Oh, wait. These things are everywhere. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. Alright, those damn mole rats. Okay, so let's see. Now we just need to run a diagnostics test. Okay, that triggered the mole rats, and we had a bunch of them come in. Let's see. ATLAS Diagnostics. Run the diagnostics check.
That does it for the inspection.
Check complete. Core processing unit defunct, detected, raptured, and intake valves. Ion focus is misaligned. A flux disruption detected. It's just all screwed up. Alright, let's speak to, where'd she go? There she is.
Alright, let's go over the inspection results. The diagnostics check revealed some issues.
Think?
Flux disruption in the induction loop, intake valves ruptured, and the ion focus?
Yeah, it's aligned.
Misaligned. Problematic to say the least. Next, we have the release valve. That went. Well, what was your assessment?
Oh, what the heck? It released pressure, so okay. It exploded.
It certainly did. I'm going to mark that down as bad. Last but not least, the wiring. The wires were...
completely shredded. Totally illuminized, completely platinum glazed, completely chewed through. Mole rats are the prime suspect. Charred to a crisp. Power overload, I think. I'm gonna say they were charred. Were they? Kind of in the middle of a battle here. Everything is in fine working order. Just store right up. No, definitely not these two. Let's see. Charred to a crisp. Power overload, I think.
Looked like bite marks to me. I didn't see any evidence of a fire or short circuit.
Guess we failed that one.
Well, sorry about the pop quiz. But in general, you're handling yourself well.
The bite marks. Damn, mole rats. Should have known. I wasn't expecting a test. Some discussion. You already knew the answers you wanted.
Nobody does, outside of a classroom. That's why I love to evaluate new prospects this way. If I'm going to recommend you to Paladin Romani, I need to know you're serious. Can you pay attention? Think on your feet? If you can, you are in my favor. If you can't, then, well, maybe I reconsider my recommendation. I'm worried about what our inspection turned up. There are a few parts I'd like to extract and examine in my lab. There's the pressure gauge, the core processor, and the ion focus. They should be upstairs. There's a lot I can learn from examining them if we can pull them out and get them back to my lab in decent condition. I want to take some notes on the core up there, so I'm going to leave the parts removal to you. Each extraction will be a little different, but in general, you'll want to use a light touch. I want the components in good condition, so please be careful. Any questions? Or are you ready to get started?
Why the pressure gauge?
You saw what happened when we tested the release valve. I want to examine the stress on the gauge. That could tell us if all that built-up pressure was normal or an anomaly. Oh, and you may have to pry it off, but be careful about it when the time comes.
Tell me about the core processor.
The machine. It's the component that coordinates all of the others. It should be slotted into a terminal somewhere. May take a little technical know-how to extract, but nothing you can't handle, I'm sure.
What do I need to know about the ion focus?
It helps force particles into a beam that the machine could fire to affect the weather. Somehow. Could take a bit of manual dexterity to pry loose without any damage.
Alright, let's go.
I'm counting on you. Let's see what you can do.
Yeah, you can just run out of here. I'll take care of the rest, bro. Alright, so everything is upstairs, so we're going up. Still here, so we gotta follow her. There's extract components. Alright, the components are right here. So, examine. Agility, unhook each tube and wire from its source and lift everything all together. Cut the tubes and wires off and pry the device out. Gently unhook each tube and wire from the device and lift it out. If we have an agility check, I'm assuming that's what we're gonna go with. Boom! Taking it out, buddy. Alright, so we have one over there, and I love having this stupil. Wait, we have to exit this? We're in there. There. So this stuff is on the side. We have tech data. We have more than one tech data. Very nice. And sugar. Extract components. Is that? Oh, here we go. No, that's not it. What the hell? Alright, let's see if we can take whatever's on this side out. This is the more obvious one. Yes, take junk while you're at it. Pressure gauge, examine. Strength 4, unscrew the screws, and screw the rust and remove the gauge. Yank the gauge out without removing the rust. Oil the screws to remove the rust and lift the gauge out. Blast the screws off with your weapon and pull the gauge out. I believe we're gonna have to do this. Cut it out. Very nice. Whiskey's always good. Now, this last one is it here over here, or what the heck is it? Can't go any further. Go left.
I can trust you to extract those components we discussed without any trouble, right?
Trying to there, babe. Hold on. Oh, it's on this side. Duh, there's another door. That would have been central processing terminal. CPU management, power status, CPU. Execute full CPU removal, eject CPU, emergency exit power down, and eject CPU. So because we have intelligence so high,
Oh, I thought of one. Can you
with the smart way.
induction coil up there on the machine core?
Now she wants us to pick up more stuff. Okay. Oh, it's because we can access it from up here because we're so big. Let's see. Yes, and luck 12 cut both wires simultaneously. Oh man, cut the blue wire. It seems shocky, but less so. Cut the red wire. A little shock won't hurt anything. Unlock both wires and slide the coil out. We have luck at 12, so we're doing this.
What's that?
So regardless, you still get shocked. So gently lift it out of its container. Quickly top it off for a heavy sack of dirt. Pry it out using a weapon as a lever. Lift it out gently.
That doesn't sound good.
Oh, what the? Oh, crap. Oh, you jerking. Oh, shit, we have a legendary. Let me take these things out. Done. It's like a daily op. Okay, we have one more, and that's... Where is this? Oh, that thing's gonna blow up. We have one more, I think. Oh, what the hell happened here? Oh no, it's that stupid gutsy. Alright, there's more? What the hell?
You may suffer harm up to and including death if you remain in the area. This notice required by law.
Oh, something's gonna pop. Boom. Yep. Let's see, legendary. Where'd the legendary go? There it is. Oh, great, a junkie's lead pipe. That's what I've always wanted. I gotta say, that's a crappy legendary item right there. Alright, so let's speak to Valdez here.
Whatever you did up there, the security system sure didn't like it. Thanks for the backup. I doubt I could have handled that on my own. Now that that's over with, let me take a look at what you've collected. The pressure gauge looks like it's
Alright, take a look.
The core processor is pristine. Good work on that. The ion focus looks usable. Impressive. The induction coil seems fine. That's a relief. And what is this? Is this ultrasight? Fascinating. This looks like some kind of compact power source. None of the documents, none of the terminals said anything about this. Did this power the whole machine?
They say ultrasight has unlimited potential. Yes.
Fuel of the future. I'd heard the stories, but to think I could hold so much energy in my hands like this? Project Atlas may be beyond our power to repair, but we might have something here. I expected the machine to use a small reactor's worth of energy, but they condensed that into a container I can hold in my hands. I could do a lot with this. You were a big help.
She sounds a little sinister, doesn't she?
To be an initiate, and soon. Here, take this letter to Paladin Romani. She'll make the final call on letting you into the Brotherhood, but my wreck may tip the scales. I'm going back upstairs to take a look at these components. I need to catalog our findings. If nothing else, this ultrasight battery has piqued my interest. There's a lot I could learn from reverse engineering it. Oh, I'm giving you access to my private terminal, too. It has all the logs we recovered from when we moved in.
Ooh, interesting.
What we just went through, I think you deserve to know more about Project Atlas. Take a look if you get some free time.
Alright, so let's go take a look.
And good luck with the Paladin.
Alright, so quest complete. The fact finder. Ooh. Two-shot explosive. Very nice. Take a look at this baby. Ooh, Junkie's lead pipe. That is very nice. Shoots an additional projectile, bullets explode. VATS less. Wow, two-shot bullets. Two-shot explosive VATS bonus. And it's a standard receiver. This thing is doing some damage. Alright, so that's going to be a good weapon for... You can try it out, too. Oh, I didn't see that one. So speak to Paladin Rohamani. Alright, so... See, I kind of want to go check out her terminal first before we finish this off. So that's where everybody was. Alright, so... Go up here. Find her terminal. Probably working enough. There it is.
I'd love to look at the stars.
Valdez. That's her terminal. Let's check her terminal out. Wait, there's logs here. Let's check her terminal first. ATLAS Observatory Archives. Text Archive. Oberlin. Let's see. Lieutenant James Oberlin. Lieutenant Colonel James Oberlin reporting as Chief Army Scientific Advisor to the ATLAS program, replacing Major Kirk Bentley, who was deemed fit for the role. The ATLAS program is moving slower than expected. I'm here to do what I can to step into gear. It is by my discretion that Washington will cut funding if this prototype does not yield scalable results by April. We should not continue to pay for construction of the ATLAS accelerator if the technology turns out to be incompatible.
And then it's back to working on that.
Alright, prototype results have yielded moderate success. Dr. Hammond has succeeded in initiating light rainfall across a significant localized area. Funding for the ATLAS program will continue under the conditioning that Dr. Hammond invests more research into more high energy weather conditions. I've given ATLAS engineers the go-ahead to initiate construction of the accelerator while we continue to improve the underlying technology of the ATLAS system. However, in an effort to light a fire under their ass, I've made it clear that funding could dry up if we encounter any more significant development delays. What are they building here? Dr. Hammond has been able to produce a wide variety of weather conditions based on the data his team has been bringing into the lab. The latest prototype resulted in near whiteout blizzard conditions. It's a weather machine. Usual occurrence in mid-August. Some of the local media is picking up on it, but nothing has been directed our way. Security is tight, and I trust the personnel here to keep things under wraps. The automated security system we've installed has a way of discouraging loose lips. I've got a meeting tomorrow with the top brass back in Washington to go over military applications for this technology. The localized prototype won't be much used in a war, but could prove useful during small skirmishes or certain clandestine operations. Looks like they're building a weather machine. 817. The ATLAS project has been fully approved and funded for military application. This could prove that to be a massive asset in the war effort against China. Imagine blanketing the nation in the thick black cloud until the crops die out, wiping out naval ports with typhoons, or sending fierce lightning storms against vulnerable air bases to ground air units. Don't talk to me about my mutations, I love them. Heck, we can even deploy ATLAS to quell any potential domestic uprising. The sky's the limit here. This is my assessment that the ATLAS system will diminish the threat of all our nuclear war. No one would believe that a string of bad weather is under our control. Yep, a weather machine. More bodies are being thrown at the ATLAS accelerator so we can hasten its production. Current production's place a completion date in the first quarter of next year. Yep, it's a weather machine. 2 days ago, I received a letter from my superiors in Washington completely out of the blue. They were shutting ATLAS down. I was in total shock. I read the details and it was filled with the usual bullshit phrases like cost-cutting measures, risk assessment ratio, and taxpayer responsibilities. It also said further instructions would follow. This honestly doesn't make a bit of sense. I've decided to wait to discuss this with Dr. Hammond, as I'm certain hearing the news will send him off. So they shut him down. As expected, I received a follow-up letter from my commanding officer. I was to go back all the data that Dr. Hammond collected and adjust the values and the results so that ATLAS looked like a failure. Why we were burying the project that could shift the focus of the war, why they were suddenly being so covert about the whole thing. I had a million questions, but I knew better than to call Washington and ask. Orders are orders. I just broke the news to Hammond and he instantly flew into a rage. I had to get a couple of MPs to restrain him. I thought he was going to literally kill me. Fortunately, he calmed down and then walked off the property without a word. I don't know if he'll be back or not, but I still have a job to go do. Man, they shut him down and he was pissed. Alright, Dr. Hammond, he has a few more. After the incident with Major Bentley, I decided I needed a place to informally vent my thoughts before sending them out. Repeat, do not send. So he didn't send these. Progressive reports. Here's your progress report. Good science takes time. Don't come to me and say it's going slower than you expected. Lieutenant Colonel Oberlin. Science doesn't care about your deadlines. It cares about results, and so far the results align with my expectations. I'm not stupid. I know why the Air Force is involved with this project now, and I also know you can't do it without me. The prototype works. We can't just package that up and implement it as is. I would expect you all people to understand why it was a necessary first step before we throw all our resources at the ATLAS proper. You can have it done quickly, you can have it done under budget, or you can have it done right, but you can only pick two of those at best. And then marks. I know this may be considered highly unprofessional of me, but I must say it's a relief working with someone who truly understands the work we're doing here. I'm sick of the other Air Force P-brains here. Most of them don't know what a nephelometer is, let alone how to calibrate one. We consider dinner and drink sometimes. Sometime maybe. I have some concerns with the project, and I'd like to speak privately with someone I respect. I would also give us a chance to get to know one another a little more. Go to hell. Okay, so here we go. No, I overheard they may be shutting us down. Maybe I'll actually end up sending this one, if that's true, or maybe it's better just leave quietly. Haven't decided it. You can't shut us down. ATLAS is practically done. This is my life's work. If this is just your way of getting rid of me so the government can take over Atlas. Just see how far you can get without me. You don't think I built in precaution just in case something like this happens. So it looks like he set it up to fail. Brotherhood Chapter Scrolls. Romani Layla. Former U.S. National Guard Paladin Romani is a bold leader who cares for the people. She is renowned for decisive action in inventive tactics. Though sometimes criticized by leadership as reckless, no one can deny her record of successes, and her approachability have made her very popular among the rank and file. After outstanding service in the Brotherhood, her requests for an Appalachian expedition were granted by the Council of Elders, and she was given command. Nice Shin. Driven and dedicated, Nice Shin is a model member of the Brotherhood. It just kind of tells you what, like a bit of a, yeah, Night Connors. So this, yeah, it gives you, it's like a brief summary of what they are. Thornberry. Right, and Scribe Valdez. Alright, so Scribe Valdez, personal logs, Appalachia. After so many months, we're finally here. We came expecting the worst, a scorched plague, utter desolation. I remember sitting by Scribe Takano, and as we listened to each other, each new communication from Paladin Taggarty's chapter, every attempt to fight the scorch brought failure and loss. Paladin Taggarty, as strong as she was, sounded more desperate every time we heard her. I grew to understand why my parents insisted I stay a scribe. I couldn't help but be thankful I was safe in my bunker and not out fighting that. Still, as the years passed, I couldn't help but yearn for the adventurous life of my peers. When time finally came for our expedition east, I jumped to the chance. Scribe Takano wanted to go, but I insisted she stay for her health. Even if she did make it all the way here, I think that the grief would be too much for her. All that made, I was surprised when we arrived. It was more than desolation. There were people, settlers, raiders, and those caught in between. The scourge are present, but there are rumors of a cure. Some vault dweller, America's best and brightest, that would be us, concocted an inoculation and spread it among the people here. I'm skeptical, of course, after all the horror I heard on that radio. How could I not be? But I can't deny that Appalachians have found a way to survive. We came here for knowledge. Maybe that starts with learning from them. The observatory. We set up a base in the old ATLAS Observatory, Fort Atlas, we've named it. I like the name, it sounds strong. This place was always on our list of targets. We know it's not just here for stargazing. The old regime was building something here, and we need to find out what. My first task is to do some research, start rooting through old terminal entries and catalog any old holotapes we find laying around. I started and achieved on this archive on this terminal that to that effect. Hopefully some juicy leads turn up soon. Wow. So our name made it all the way to the west, to California. All right, so we're gonna speak to Paladin Romani on the next episode. I'm gonna leave this one here. It's been a pretty long one already. So that's the start to the Brotherhood's quest line here in Steel Dawn. Yeah, if you guys are kind of interested in seeing what the rest of this is gonna bring on, go ahead and leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. And we're gonna keep going with our little adventure here. Actually, let me switch to this little bad boy here. Oh yeah, that's a sexy weapon. Woo, baby. Alright, so we're going to keep going with the next one, and I will catch you guys later.